Welcome back to Origami Snowman. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Yep, it sure has. I'm going to create this map. I'm going to put it in my offhand because that's the thing you can do, even though it's kind of annoying because it's in the way, it blocks part of the stuff. And why do they always start you up in that upper hand corner? Why did they do that, you guys? I don't know. So, what am I doing? You guys, I did a Minecraft. And I'm gonna keep doing them. Let's get the axe out. Ooh, a stone axe this time. Usually these starter chests are full of wooden tools. Boo. Sometimes, oops, I almost dropped my menu down. Sometimes you get like, oh, I like that. Sometimes you get dark oak saplings, and like 4 of them even. So that's pretty cool. What do I want to do? I want to find a cool place to build, but I always kind of pull the trigger on that way too early. So let's explore. Let's explore a bit. Let's make sure we get some food. I always forget to do that. Oh, hey, what's up, my guy? Oh no, I didn't miss you. I was trying to pet you with my axe. I think that I want to find a village. That's always like my number one goal, secretly deep down inside, because I'm bad at building. And you find a village and guess what? It's all done for you already. Hey, pigs, I have a secret that I'm going to tell you. What rhymes with axe? Attacks. And guess what? I need sheep. Not the sheep per se. Get back here. I need your wool. And there were some more sheep down here. Well, more sheep, not some more sheep. Hey, come here. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you. Okay. Did I get lucky? Did they? No, the wool gods did not smile. So, while I'm going around doing my stuff, why don't I share... Holy balls! Why don't I share with you guys... Why don't I share with you guys what I've been doing lately? It's been only several months since I've posted a full video. I think I did like a reel of my cats. They're real cute. You know what I'm saying? Because they're adorable. Whoa! Jeez! Oh, Yep, I forgot about skeletons. Golly. Hey, bunny guy. Did you know he was there? I feel like you did and you just didn't tell me. Oh! Flip, flap, snip, snap. You know what? I like water. Let's get down in there. Ah! Gosh, I'm about dead. Hey, apples are good to eat. Let's eat an apple. Chomp, 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 chomp. And then let's get out of the freaking water. I don't like being in water. I lied. Remember when I jumped in the water, I said I like water? I lied. Do not like water. Even in real life. I like to drink it. I don't like to be in it. Yeah! Why is this game still so freaking hard? It's not because I'm bad at it. That's not the case. What have I been doing the last few months? Well, I think the last video I posted was kind of like an update thing. Like, hey, I'm busy working. And that is true. I have been very busy working. I've been trying to also like kind of manage my creative time. Which that's what this is right here and now. I'm gonna eat this bread, this delicious loaf. That was my nickname in high school, by the way. And I've been trying to write. I got a couple ideas, couple novels in the works. Oh, hello, how are you? Aren't you lovely? I'll take it. I like cherry wood biomes. I just think they're very I don't know, it's nice. It pops. It's a welcome distraction from all of the freaking green. Hey little pig, I need to borrow your mom's flesh for a minute. You know what? I don't think I will say that ever again. Ever. Even talking to digital pigs. Pigadles? No. Okay, so I'm working on 2 novels, and here's the thing. If you've never written a novel, if you're not a writer, that's fine. That's totally fine. Most people aren't. And as a writer, I need most people to not be writers. I need you guys to look at what we do and say, I could never do that. Please continue to, idolize this weird thing that we do. This make-believe done with inks and paper. That's what we need. Because if you guys weren't so amazed with the ability to tell stories on paper, then we wouldn't get that dopamine rush from doing it. If you guys were like, whatevs, then that would suck, and we wouldn't do it anymore. So if you're not a writer, great, keep not writing. But it might surprise you to know that most writing is done just sitting, thinking, looking at the page, and or like standing in the shower, staring blankly at the wall like 8 inches in front of your face. Like there's so much just losing yourself in the story. Like that is genuinely how I spend most of my writing time. Just vacantly staring or thinking, or like I'll take a character and I'll put him in a situation that isn't even part of the story, just to see how he reacts, so I know him a little bit better. And that's kind of what writers do. We throw a lot of mud at the wall and we see what sticks. And yeah, I mean, I've had stories that I knew how it started, I knew how it ended. All I had to do was connect the dots. And yeah, so I start writing, and then all of a sudden the characters, they get ideas of their own and end up doing things that I never ever imagined. And almost always it's the right move. It makes the story so much better. Just handing control over to the characters, because the characters, they live in the world, they live in the story. It's them. They're the ones, they are going to benefit or they're going to suffer. So, why not give them a little bit of input? Let them call the shots. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of fun, because I end up getting so invested, like wringing my hands and biting my nails, being like, what's going to happen next? It can be frustrating, because all I want to do is like read the story and find out what happens next. But I can't. I have to write it. I got to do the work, which is fine. It's fine. But that's what the last few months of writing has been. A lot of trial, a lot of testing, a lot of, trying to figure out this character and trying to find a motivation that'll put him in the situation that I have decided will be the plot of the story. And sometimes it does not work. Sometimes I cannot force my characters to do the thing that I'm like, I want this guy to do this thing, but that's not who he is. Or, I have ideas. A story is rarely one thing. Did I? Seriously? I'm all out of tools, you guys. A story is rarely one thing. And so I'm trying to connect these two things so that the story can be full and it can be vast. But I'm having such a hard time making that work. So, I just, okay. Let's stop goofing around and let's make our crafting table, and let's, what else do we have to make? We need to, I need to make a bed. A bed is slabs, right? No, a bed is not slabs. Why is this set to all? It should be crafting. Okay, there's a bed. Okay, you see where the sun is? That's a lot lower than I want it to be. That's so low that the Hulk is about to turn back into Bruce Banner. I'm pretty sure I've made that joke before. It's not great. I don't think I want to make that joke again. I would like to say that I won't, but let's be honest. You guys know that I don't work very hard at anything, so a ready-made joke that isn't good is better than a joke that isn't something something. I know, hard to believe. This guy can't write his novel? Wow, he's so good with words. Yeesh. So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been, like, learning to, getting to know my characters. And one thing that I'm bad at, one of many things that I'm bad at, is staying in my lane. Successful writers, they find a genre. They find a genre that works for them, and they stick with it. And they build up a reputation, and they build up a fan base. And then after a couple years, people, they have come to learn that, hey, this person, he's not just, he doesn't just write romance. He also writes really interesting thrillers or, whatever. And so I think that's great. I would love to be that guy, but I can't be that guy. I can't be the writer who sort of sticks and stays in the one lane and only writes, coming of age stories or, so I have to like branch out, and I write whatever I feel like writing. I write whatever pops into my empty little head, which sometimes is nothing, but sometimes is a lot. And so, like, right now I'm working on a story about vampires, and I'm working on another story about... I don't have enough stuff. Another story about robots. I know. So, and now the other books that I've written, let's see, my first book, The Blood Pines. Yeah, it was a coming of age story. A really nice, simple, like kind of I don't want to say feel good story, but like a nice, just simple story. And it's a feel good sort of story. That's the one that I think people like the most. But that's also the one that took me, I guess, technically the longest to write, because once I started writing it, it was 3 months. 3 months of work, and then it was done. But before that, it was 5 years of me just thinking about it and figuring out, what these characters needed to do, who they were. And the thing is, none of what got published is what I came up with over those 5 years of thinking about it. So I guess if I learned one thing in those 5 years, it's, hey, knock it off. Stop acting like you're doing algebraic equations and trying to cure cancer. You're writing a book. Just shut up and sit down and start clicking. Hit those keys, man. Yeah, so that's what am I doing? I don't know where I'm going. Oh, hi. I'm going to die. So I guess I learned, hey, just get to work. Write it. Don't overthink it, because you're going to change everything while you're actually writing it. I don't want to chop this down. There are bees. So my second book was called Whithersoever. And that one was interesting because I did the exact opposite. I did the exact opposite with that I had done with The Blood Pines. Oh, hello. That looks fun. I should go back and get my bed. So The Blood Pines, I spent a ton of time thinking about it. And it was a nice, I knew how it ended. It was a tidy little package. Also my nickname in high school. And the next book, Whithersoever, I didn't know that I was going to do that. I didn't know I was going to write a novel. I was very, very depressed. I was in a real bad place. It was very seasonal. And I needed very badly to put myself somewhere else. I needed very badly to be basically anywhere but inside my own head. And so I just sat down and I just started writing. I wasn't really even sure. I think maybe fantasy. I don't know. Let's lean into some sort of medieval-esque sort of feel and just see what happens. And it took me 12 days to write the first draft of that book. It was 40,000 words, which is not long enough to be a novel. Let's be honest. That's very, very short. But I did write it, and I did publish it, and it was that first one. I'll give it a B plus. Okay, not terrible, really not terrible. Funny. I had a great time writing it. It definitely helped me. Another beehive. I guess I'll go cut down some of these trees. It definitely did the job that it was supposed to do. It kind of helped keep my head above water, so to speak. And so I was pleased with the outcome. So pleased, in fact, that I decided to write a second one and then a third one. So what I ended up doing was writing and publishing 3 novels in 3 months. Now, I generously gave the first one like a B plus. The second and third ones, not so much. Parts of them get A pluses. But the rest, it was an experiment in avoiding therapy, I guess. But they're fun. I've had a lot of people say, okay, I enjoyed them. They're not your best, but I enjoyed them. Some people straight up said, yep, not my thing. Definitely not my type of book. And these were people, that person who told me not my type of book really, really liked my first one. So, they were supportive, and they were honest. And let me tell you, I appreciate honesty. I love honesty so much. Authenticity, realism, yes, please tell me the truth. Don't try to make me feel good about myself. Just be honest. And I've talked real bad about Whithersoever, the whole series. Very tempted to remove them from, just make them not for sale, not available anymore. Because the problem is they're the cheap ones. If you're like, hey, what's Matt Beers all about? What kind of writer is he? Those are the cheap ones. So those are the ones that people buy and go, I'm sorry, I should not have, no. And so I feel misrepresented by those books. That being said, they're not terrible, I've been told. Now, my third book, this one just came out like a year ago. It's called Secretly Kings. And it might be my favorite one. It's not as feel good, that's for sure. And it's not as like nice and tidy. It's kind of one of those books that's like, does it have a plot? What's the plot? You know what I mean? It's about a kid who comes from a family where he's got one sibling who is very abusive toward him and one sibling who's very manipulative toward him. And he ends up, through some unpleasantness, he ends up an only child and living alone with his mother, who it turns out has some mental issues of her own. And that starts to go bad, and then he ends up living with his father, and it's about as autobiographical as I've written yet. Mostly because I use a lot of things like the town of Gladden is sort of stylized after my hometown, and there are a lot of memories from my childhood that I gave to my main character, Oliver. And, just some things and feelings and thoughts and interests and, it's an honest book. It's very open. Not everyone's favorite, but it is my favorite. Of the 5 novels that I have written and published, Secretly Kings is my favorite. That I think is the realest one. It's ugly, and it doesn't feel nice at times. It feels pretty sloppy, pretty like open-ended. Like there are a lot of loose ends, a lot of things that don't get resolved, and a lot of things that like, why'd you bring that up if you're not going to finish talking about it? Because that's how life is, you know. And so, yeah, some people didn't care for that one, but that's fine. That one I knew people were going to have an issue with. So, but it is definitely my favorite. Now, these two that I'm working on right now, the one about vampires and the one about robots, we'll see where they go. Me thinking about them for so long is not going to help. One of them, the robot one, that one came about because I misheard a lyric in a Christmas song, and I don't remember the song, but I remember the lyric that I misheard. I don't remember what the actual lyric is, but what I thought they said was superpower bots. I genuinely thought I heard someone say superpower bots, and I thought, wouldn't that be funny to write a whole novel, for adults, about a team of crime-fighting robots that were just called the superpower bots, and treat it like it was the most serious, most normal thing ever, just like Robert Ludlum, just so earnest. I kind of love the idea. However, I also knew that I was like, I'm not going to be able to pull that off. I'm way too, I don't know. I'm way too sarcastic. I'm not the guy who can keep a straight face through the joke. I just can't. So, that's not going to be for me. But the more I thought about it, the more I started to kind of like the idea of this idea of crime-fighting robots who had been intentionally programmed with flaws so as to, not let them get too powerful. Because if one of them decided to try to, branch out, say it got too smart, and decided to pull an Ultron and take over the world, so the guy who built them was like, yeah, let's avoid that. And so it would be told from the perspective of one robot, the worst robot. And so I started piecing that together, and there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to figure out before you can just jump right into something like that. And then the idea about the vampires, it would be told from the perspective of like a priest who's charged with hunting down vampires. Now, I don't call them vampires. It's just for the sake of the story, for me explaining it to you. That's what they are. And, so this priest, quote unquote priest, he's sort of kind of gone rogue. He's not like, ooh, hey, look, a village. He's not like cool rogue. He's sad rogue. So, because he's been doing this for like 20 some years, and he's lost everyone. Everyone is gone. His friends, everyone that he started with and, grew up with, they're all gone. And he refuses to, get in there. Come on. He refuses to let himself get involved with other groups. I don't know how to describe it. He's just very sad. He's sad. He's lost everyone. And I don't, that character I think is the most interesting. He's actually been living in my head for, oh boy, howdy, 20 some years. I mean, a long time. And I never knew what to do with him. This seemed like a good place to put him. I'm excited to see him in action, but for the time being, I gotta figure some parts. That story has a lot of moving parts, and I want to make sure that I want to make sure that, if he's going to move out of my head, you know what? Guess what? I'm moving in here. This is my house right here. If he's going to move out of my head, I want to make sure that he moves into somewhere better. So I need to make sure I'm putting everything together appropriately. So this is one of the things. I get very attached to my characters, and then I get a little paternal, and I forget sometimes that, hey, at some point you're gonna have to. Oops, I just threw my steak. Did I? No. I forget sometimes that, hey, I'm gonna have to do horrible things to these characters, so maybe don't get too huggy with them, because then you're gonna kill someone they love, and they're gonna look at you like, why would you do that? So anyway, that's just how it be being. Is that right? That's not. I don't know what I'm on drugs. I'm not really. I can't afford drugs. Even if I could, I wouldn't do it. In case my mom was watching. So I'm working on these stories where I just gotta figure some things out. Now let's keep exploring this village. This is a lovely little place. No, we don't need to go in there. There's some pigs. There's a nice iron golem. We've got, what are these? Potatoes? I believe these are potatoes. Let's see what he wants. He wants carrots. I wish I had carrots for you. We'll have to kill some zombies to get some carrots. What do you want? You probably want potatoes. Oh, slow down, Mr. Guy. No, he wants wheat. We can do that. That'll be easy. We'll get you some wheat. We'll start trading stuff. What do we got in here? Nothing. But is this a stonecutter's house? Yes, it is. Nice. It's good to have. Okay, we're gonna. You want clay. I know you want clay. I don't have any clay. We'll get some clay. Did you guys fall in love? Are you gonna make a little? Well, I feel like we just watched a whole relationship start and end right in front of us. Now I'm gonna have to lock you guys up. You want potatoes, you want carrots. Yep. I saw you just get a whole bunch. I would have gotten them for you, but you harvested those. Anyway, so I gotta figure out my characters. Oh, there's more going on up there. Nice. I love these big sprawling villages, except I can't quite get everywhere I need to go. So that's a bigger part of storytelling, of novel writing, than I think I ever realized, is just thinking about it. Is this 2 villages? Did I find 2 villages? So yeah, that's what I've been doing. What have y'all been doing? Watching other YouTubers, I hope. So TikTok is about to get banned or whatever, right? That sucks. That's not cool at all. We don't have to talk about details and stuff, but it sucks. There's. I gotta figure out how to get up there. I'm very excited about. Well, mostly right now I'm excited about this village, but this one building all the way up here. We might. Is there anything on the other side? Let's not fall off. No, I don't believe there is anything. And there is nothing up here. Goodness. Alright, well, we got a village, we got our home. This seems like a pretty good place to end the video. I'm not sure what my goal is, what my task is, what my purpose is. Like, what am I trying to do? I don't want to do anything as pedestrian as try to, kill the Ender Dragon. No, absolutely not. I think we all know that is not gonna. Does anybody remember what house I moved into? I put all my stuff somewhere, now I don't know where. It was a double door house. It was one of those big ones. Was this the one? Was it? I bet it was this one. Yep. Hey, okay. Here's what we gotta do. We're gonna build one of my big old ugly towers just so I don't forget. Oh no. there we go. So I don't know. Like one idea I had was get one item for every letter of the alphabet, which is maybe not a great idea. I don't know what X would be. I'm not that smart. Oh, how do I get down? You guys, how do I get down? I'm gonna jump on the roof. Hey, nice work, Matt. Good job. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my goal is gonna be for this weird little playthrough thing. So if you have any ideas, please give me ideas. I need ideas. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope I keep doing this. I have a tendency to get discouraged and stop, but we'll see how far we can take this one. But I'm part of a community. I feel loved. I feel welcome. I mean, I haven't met my neighbors yet, but I did take over one of their houses. Well, hi. I mean, I'm trying to work out business relationships. That's not really what you do with your neighbors right away. Oh, excuse me. That is my bed. Okay, so I have met my neighbors, and I don't like them. Anyway, come back for another video, and we'll see what we can do. All right, love you guys. Bye.